Hi, this is Deb, and this is Zanzi. We had to do a little bit of intro to the lovely dog who has been traumatized. She's autistic AF, as I am. She doesn't like having to expose herself when we're in this situation. Come here, sweetie. Hi, puppy. Hi. Neither one of us was born to be extroverted. We'll just leave it at that. Aliana, sweetie, I need you, and I think you need me. Who knows how long, but I am going to ask you to please walk with me until you can literally see me walking hand in hand with somebody else. It would take like one day. It's going to take a little longer because I am alone in the world. And the harm that is done to me by people just going, no, you're not. I would not say that. Do you know the harm that it creates in a body to have to tell people your vulnerabilities? And that every single one, 100% of the people who I have told I'm alone because I'm getting ready to figure out how to ask for help, just go, no, you're not alone. That's why nothing ever changes for me. Nobody listens to me. And I mean that in a very neurocomplex way. I have what's called hyperlexia. We're very familiar with dyslexia. But all of these things of humanness, all of these variables exist in, let's use the challenging word spectrum. So you have people who struggle with language. You also have people who use language with such complexity. Hyperlexia. That's me. And I had to swallow and sequester that in my community of origin, where I would have been oppressed if anyone there knew what I thought. I love playing with the shadows. Everyone makes me feel like I'm insane because I'm saying things so perfectly clearly, and it's always being misinterpreted. And that is this fundamental thing that I didn't learn. I wasn't socialized. I wasn't domesticated. I discovered pathways to make it through the world. I graduated high school in 3 years. I told the state of Ohio they did their math wrong. They did. I didn't need to do anything special. I just put all the courses together and bye-bye. I got accepted to Carnegie Mellon early decision as a junior. Bye-bye. State of Ohio. My community of origin. It's the center of the opioid epidemic. This is coal miner. West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, where West Virginia penetrates Ohio and Pennsylvania. That's the stand-up comic in me, describing my community of origin as where West Virginia penetrates Ohio and Pennsylvania. Hashtag redheaded She-Hulk. It's millions and millions of dollars. I am Dave Chappelle. I mean, in a fat white lady body. But I've never seen a mind work like mine until on September 15th, 2019. I streamed Sticks and Stones, Dave Chappelle's masterpiece. I had a slight cultural awareness of the Chappelle Show, but I don't like skit stuff. But one person standing on a stage, speaking their truth, that gets me. I hadn't realized I'd been like jockeying stand-up comics my whole life. When you've experienced psychedelics and you've experienced somebody telling you 1 week later that you are not the same person. This is not who I was for 50 years. I was fat, morbidly obese, utterly silent. I had to keep the hyperlexia inside of me. Now I'm out and proud, and all anyone wants to do is tell me to change my language. I'm like I've been working for 50 years on this shtick. It's pretty freezing cold here in Napa. So my hands are cold. My nose is slightly running. I'm going through a temperature change. When you go into performance, when you go into trance, there's an entirely different thermal dynamic in your body. This stuff about human functioning, it's really real. And I have clothes for curtains in the vehicle. So I'd been operating. It's actually better for the video. See, I gotta be my own gaffer, my own camera person and director. The complexity with which I'm operating over here. Hashtag redheaded She-Hulk, eh? Look at this is a fantastic innovation. I am just like a 9-year-old child. And all any adult that I come to for help ever does is harm me. Up with this. How more redheaded She-Hulk could this possibly be? Aliana, you, and I suspect hubby, who I'm excited to meet next Saturday. But please, become co-founders of what's going on here. Hashtag redheaded She-Hulk. I am so subconsciously smart that I just invented how to make myself green on film. No special effects needed. Sunlight and t-shirts. This is just a t-shirt. What am I on? An exceedingly dwindling supply of legal cannabis. Ingested, never inhaled. I think that is a huge piece of intellectual property that very quickly we could create an ebook, and you could help me with some SEO, and we could get those hundreds of thousands of dollars that, and again, the Kundalini awakening, the morbid obesity. There is a lot of money in my brain, but I'm not the one to make the products because I've been alone my entire life. I was 333 pounds 3 years ago. It took me 1 year to get rid of the weight. In 2 years, all I've done is try to network to one person to help me, and I've not had one person help me stay alive. And I'm saying, make money with me. I'm saying, co-found. I'm saying, become a business agent, a talent manager. Imagine what that could do for your career. Take 15%. Get me to Ms. Winfrey. I am the next Martha Beck, crossed with Brené Brown. I am the next Dave Chappelle, cross-dressed with Eddie Izzard. The freaking redheaded She-Hulk. I've just greened my own hand. I understand how this universe works. Even, I kind of consciously have decided this is going to happen. My subconscious and me are BFFs. Just, subconscious is not a black box. This is when I have my best joke so far. On the large redheaded girl who's grown up to give Sigmund Freud vagina envy. Did Freud do this? I don't think so. That motherfucker was too busy cigarette smoking and being perverted. Now, this is something I need to tell you. So, the Institute of Noetic Sciences. I've been trying to learn how to do psychokinesis, which is affect matter with my mind. Like real world matter. Like lottery balls. Because I can't get any humans to help me. It's becoming easier to communicate with those balls. And so I'm going into the science of psychokinesis, and it's all about basic physics. The physicists have gotten it wrong. They think there's 4 forces: gravity, electromagnetism, the strong nuclear force, and the weak nuclear force. The physicists got physics wrong. I'm smarter than the physicists. There are 5 forces on Earth. These are my redheaded She-Hulk green hand. Mechanical, chemical, electrical, magnetic, consciousness. It's the 5th force. I got my whole bit, I'm the 5th element. I'm actually the 5th force, consciousness. I am the apex intellect on planet Earth right at this fucking moment. I know more about consciousness than Sigmund Freud. And specifically, subconscious. Unconscious, that's sleep, that's death, coma. There's not any new, there's no terrain there really necessary. I have a hypothesis on how to get people out of comas. Stop all chronic disease. What unites all chronic disease? How many they just keep coming up with syndromes and shit, right? It's all bioelectrical dysfunction. We could have a ball, fun, like play like this. And then, I play, and then you go back and you just go, okay, well, Deb, yeah, look, really quickly, we could SEO, we could, I don't have this short-term memory. So until I get out of trance and go back and let the hippocampus, I don't know what I just said. So I know you said, because this happened long ago, that there's few $100,000 in just the weight loss thing. Can you help me create that ebook? And more importantly, the SEO. I could create it relatively fine myself. It needs to be edited down into things that non-humans who don't know how to make themselves green on camera. This is magic. It's magnetism, actually. Magic and magnetism, they're the same thing. So what I just solved is like, that's incredible. Like mysteries of the universe. Institute of Sciences, Dean Radin is the top scientist there. I've been pitching them. I went to the conference, the 50th anniversary of the moonwalk down in 2019. This is the first time I left my house in like a decade. Came down here to go to the IONS conference. Nobody saw me. I was 300 pounds. The woman who did the tuning forks. So again, there's $1 billion in tuning forks, in popularizing tuning forks. So her niche is she's trying to, train healers. I want to tell the whole world about bioelectricity. Billions of dollars. Telling the whole world about the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectricity, like the implementation, the actionable, the pragmatic parts of it. With the right patron, which again, we can do these ebooks. That should be like a week's worth of work. You can get a couple ebooks and some SEO and webs. I got a website, a landing page. Create the landing page and SEO me. But the other practical is what I really need help is finding a patron. You can write a $300,000 to $3 million check. I'm worth $3 million easily. If we could just get the people to listen to me. Because with $3 million, I can beat Elon Musk to $1 trillion. Understand how humans function. No, Western medicine men of mechanistic whiteness don't understand how humans function. They don't understand life force, life-centric thinking. $10 every human across every nook and cranny of the earth. And most of them, we'll be wanting institutions to pay. We won't want any. Life-centric thinking, if everything is fucked up, we need every human on planet Earth working to prioritize keeping humans alive, to prioritize keeping bees alive. Cows should be treated humanely. On and on and on and on and on. Life-centric thinking solves all of our seemingly intractable problems. So between life-centric thinking, getting tuning forks, they're placebo tools. All right, the pharma industry is telling us that, oh, Daldak, you see, like, this is how my brain works. I can't do pragmatic, linear thinking because I'm so in jeopardy. I'm so traumatized. I've been on the verge of death. I mean, it's hard to even give you an accurate number, but let's just say a decade. Alone. In the U.S. of hypocrisy, I have lived alone and survived and been broke. I lived in abject poverty for so long. I've got nutritional deficiencies. I was just thinking this morning, I've probably done serious lifetime damage to my bladder. The library doesn't open until 1 p.m. I sit here at the library because I'm using the Wi-Fi. The nearest bathroom is 6 blocks away. Imagine waking up. And that's, you used to have to drive 3 miles away to a Target. So I alter how I eat and stay basically dehydrated because I don't have access to bathroom facilities. I've been treated like I am subhuman. And still, I made myself incredible hungry. This is not emerald enough, you know. This is way too yellowy because we're using natural sunlight. This is magic. This magnetism. This holy hell. I just go Lou Ferrigno. This is fascinating. You see, this brain isn't just in that 40-bit conscious processor where everyone that I'm asking for help is. This brain needs people who have experienced psychedelics, who've experienced trance. It's a much broader usage. You get more into your mind, into the interconnection zone. It's the biofield. I don't know, did I pull this up for you? So the tuning forks, there's a map, there's a biofield. The biofield is the National Institutes of Health term for the electrosmog of our brain and heart. Sebastian had demonstrated the biofield in his Flute Friday. And I think it was a few weeks ago, and I think he didn't put it up. I think he didn't know, and I told him, and I don't think he understands. But he's got the swirly bits that he does in our lovely portraits. I mean, they're so beautiful, right? But he did a video with that active. And what the video shows, it shows the around his head, and that he has a wider biofield around his body. The magnetic field of the heart is about 6 feet, where around the head it's inches. Depending on how mentally fit you are, like Deb, I probably have a very serious aura. Electrosmog. Chakras, visible chakras, light in the right circumstances. Your eyes perceive differently. Oh my God, I cannot wait to see what this video is like. Oh dear me, oh my. Well, so here's some dyspraxia. I lost my glasses. I gotta check the time. I want to be able to get this on YouTube. Oh, it's gone too long. Aliana, let's negotiate a strategic collaboration. I'm asking you to be my business mind, my strategic collaborator, my partner. At the very least, these, just a few projects. Walk with me until you can have somebody else holding my hand. You can get a very reasonable percentage of whatever money you bring in. Or we can go founder. I don't want to assume long term, but I am abundance incarnate. And nobody else has seen it. And nobody else has just made me feel as you've made me feel. Comprehended. So, this is a very sincere pitch. And this is a hashtag NFT digital video artwork that most certainly will bring in at least 50 grand in the future when we make these things happen. And I become a globally prominent, wise feminine philosopher. I've debunked gravity. I'm not playing about this apex intellect shit. I just haven't found any people smart enough, because they're demeaning their own intellect. They're in their own small brain. This subconscious, it's not just me. It's not just me. The more people we get understanding how to bring their subconscious forward. And it's not easy. Right now, the people who do it, right, have got to be very strong. They have had to have survived a lot, as I heard from your story in your podcast. To be very strong, because the environmental conditions are not optimal to be like this out in the world. Oh my God. Just made myself green. How hashtag redheaded She-Hulk is that? You're gonna love it when I'm angry, because I'm gonna start fixing things for reals, using science, using logic plus love intertwined. Yeah. This is fantastic. This is just, and this is a goat. This is a Jordan. So we're now just gonna dial the energy back. You see, I have to express it. Sitting in my car does not allow me to express the volume, the amplitude of my energy. It's constantly being neglected in extraordinarily torturous ways. Do this with everyone. Try and build bespoke businesses at the union of what I know, and it's just brainstorming. It's just getting started, but in 1 month, as I think you know, a few quick ebooks, a little video thing, give me a little bit more of a framework, a script. But I can't do it all myself, because it takes a different brainwave state, and it takes somebody able to get into other people's minds, and other people's minds are not somewhere we want this energy to go to. This energy has to stay within the mind body that understands how to not harm another human being. All right, this has been a Jordan 23 GOAT performance. Let's negotiate, create a strategic collaboration that is win-win-win, that works for the greatest global good and produces greatest global harmony.